Oh, hello, Christy. My name's Kelly Hansen. I am in your Counseling 510 class. This week for my response, I decided to pick you to respond to because I really liked your video a lot. I thought you used a lot of truth and honesty. And I also thought it was interesting that we both did Gestalt and existential therapy, but our conversations, our recordings were completely different from one another. And it was truly based on our own personal experiences, what we retained. I did find it interesting also that we both left out that existential and Gestalt therapies are derived from the humanistic perspective. And before I posted this earlier, I didn't realize that. I kept reading and thinking, wow, this is in the same vein as Carl Rogers' theory, but it didn't hit me until I started listening to others' responses. And what Carl Rogers really wants us to know about therapy is his knee-jerk reaction to behaviorism. And behaviorists really believe that if it's not observable, then it doesn't count in psychology, and we are not practicing a real science. And so Rogers comes along and just says people can be observed, but people are more than just observable behaviors. We are a part of our hopes, our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, and all of those things. And so when Gestalt and existential therapy come into play, we have those building blocks that build even further upon what Carl Rogers set as that foundational element of lifting people up to where they need to be based on where they started. I also would like to bring up the one quote in Gestalt theory from the Tan reading, and it says, anxiety is a way for humans to protect their existence. Neither one of us talked about this really, you more than me, but I think that it's fascinating that Gestalt comes through and just sort of sweeps over and explains how and why we can take responsibility for our actions, our lives, and anxiety. The last few things that I would like to bring up that I loved about your discussion was that you brought up the Gestalt technique called confrontation, and you said that you've actually experienced this. I left the tools out of my last post, but you brought it up. And when you talked about confrontation, it really made me, it deepened my understanding of the techniques here. So for example, the empty chair, I didn't know that this had a name for it up until now. I just thought it was role playing. But this technique is something I will likely take with me in the future. Exaggeration, I do this all the time with my couples working on their parenting plans. What happens if Susie does that? What is the bottom line? What is the worst thing that can happen? And then also I use the staying with the feeling. Lean into it. Don't run away from that feeling. Let's talk about it. Let's make it raw. Let's make it real. All right, Christy. Hey, I really enjoyed your post. Listening to you and our other peers helped me understand these techniques so much better. I look forward to the next few weeks with you. Bye.